Yes, Fight World, we back in the building. What's good with everybody? Welcome. We doing a little impromptu on the late night. Got to make sure we get it just right. What up, though? We working. We live. Should I skip work to watch the fight? I think it's going to be a good fight, man. I really do. We're going to do some Monday Mail Day on the late night tip for all my vampires and night owls, werewolves. You just got off work. Yeah. Shout out to everybody, man. I've been busy. If you guys know, I'm in California still. I'm not in Vegas. I had to push everything back, man. I wasn't ready. Like, you know what I mean? I would have been rushing and stuff, so there's nothing going on today fight week-wise, so I was like, fuck it. I was trying to do good, but I just wasn't ready to leave to Vegas, so fuck it. We'll be there. I'm going to leave tomorrow. I'm leaving that extra time. That's what I was saying. Someone said, when you go to Vegas, I was going to go today, and just to get there early, get settled in. It wasn't happening. I just had too much to do, and I wasn't ready, so I had to push everything back. Fuck it. Actually, I already paid for the hotel for a grip of days or whatever, so technically, I'm losing money by not being there. Fuck it. I mean, I had to do what I gotta do. We're gonna do that roll call. Man, YouTube need to promote us. They gotta promote us, man. Viva Boxing Ego, you know that. Canelo 7 Reasons, you know that. Yeah. We just gonna vibe out. Yeah. Ha. Alright, bust it. You think Canelo will be able to get past the Golovkin jab? Yes, but he gotta be smart. And he gotta play his part. Canelo has a good jab himself. The weather's been weird too out in Cali. Weird ass weather. It looked like hot. It was hot as fuck earlier today, and then out of nowhere, at nighttime it looked gray, like it was about to rain. But then it did start raining. Yes. I was waiting for more people to join us, but YouTube is playing. So make sure you guys hit the like button so YouTube knows that we real boxing fans. And it's on and popping. We're going to do Monday Mail Day live. We're going to talk about Chocolatito. We're going to talk about Canelo versus Golovkin. Whatever other questions you guys have. It says we have 14 people in the chat. Yeah, we have 34 likes. YouTube, I call bullshit. YouTube be tripping, man. But we just chill. Sip this Dutch, bros. Get this money. Get this work done. Y'all want to see a knockout while we waiting? Okay. I can show you the knockout. It don't matter how many likes we have. I'm going to show y'all the knockout. Y'all want the knockout? Y'all want the knockout or not? I don't even care if you like the video. Don't nobody want the knockout? Okay. No, it's not the Chocolatito fight. This is just a random. Okay, y'all want to see the KO. Look at this Floyd Mayweather Sr. looking dude. Listen to what they're saying too. I stopped the background.
Wait. I'll answer. You want 250? I'll answer. See my eyes. I will answer. You understand? Delete. Let's go. Delete.
Oh.
All right, chill, Bang. Let me go. Don't touch him, Bang. Don't touch him.
Don't touch him. Oh my God, don't touch him. They out in Philly. I could tell, Ak. I could tell by the accent, Ak. He said I would eat you.
Delete. Let's go. Delete.
Oh my God. Oh no. He needs some milk.
Don't touch him, Bang. Don't touch him.
Don't touch him. I can tell by the don't touch him. They got that Beanie Siegel. Philly got a distinct ass accent. Meek Mill, Beanie, I could tell. So listen, why did the dude say? He said, "I will eat you. I will eat you. I will delete you. I will delete." I'm like, damn, that shit was crazy. I guess he shouldn't have said that delete shit because dude just took off on him. Crazy. He said, "I will eat you. I'ma delete you." Yeah, you got deleted. That shit was vicious. But see, you know, I never understood that in street fights, like all them World Star videos. If you got beef with somebody, like you got real beef, and if dudes be having their fist balled up at their waist, both hands, like how's that? That's not really smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, to me, I just feel like if you know you got funk with a person and they're in your vicinity and it looks like it's about to go down, you might as well prepare for it to go down. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep your hands higher than that. But you don't just walk to someone with your fist down, delete you. That would, you know what I'm saying? And he put his chin out too. So that's just asking for trouble. No matter what type of chin you got. If somebody just cold cocks you, got stolen. So I don't know that. That's that hood posturing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where they just postured, like put their hands down. I don't know. I would delete. The Windows 95. Hey, I was on the train, man. I seen Conor. I seen your boy Conor. He's taking that Floyd Mayweather loss hard. Y'all want to see Conor? You want to see Conor post Mayweather loss? He was on the train today, man. I would delete you. Y'all want to see how Conor, what he was looking like on the train? All right, I'm going to show you. He's taking that Mayweather loss hard. He'll do fucking none. I don't know what you're thinking. I was like, oh, shit. McGregor up here. He on the train with me. I don't know what you're thinking. I'll take it on me chin. I don't know what you're magically delicious, lad. I know that. Fuck the Mayweather. I know the Mayweathers beat me. Like, I was like, damn, that boy Conor on the train. Oh shit, Conor out in the Bay. I love the Bay Area. Like, damn, Conor. We don't all look alike. I don't care about all, but this motherfucker looks like Conor. He got the same face. I don't know what you're thinking. He got the same. I'll take a little off me top. A little off me top. See my caption? He asked me if I could spare any change, and before I could even answer, he yelled, "You'll do fucking none." I don't know. I was like, damn. He still looked tired from that 10th round with Mayweather. Nah, but shout out to Conor. He a fighter. He challenged himself. Yeah. I don't know what you're thinking. I got me whiskey. I'm back. Actually, Conor's balling with that Mayweather money. His real page, this motherfucker was on the yachts and all. Look how big this yacht is. Look how big this yacht is that this dude rented or whatever he's on. Look at. I'm on a fucking yacht. Is that a middle finger? Damn. Man, listen, I like Keith Thurman. I've liked Keith Thurman's fighting style, and I like how he's philosophical when breaking down fights. But in the words of 50 Cent, you gotta do something, baby. Keith Thurman, he's getting married. Shout out to him for that. He found love, right? That's good. But I'm a fight fan, you know what I mean? And I like, you know what I mean? I'm glad these fighters are happy in their personal life, but I want to see him fight. I know he's one time, but I want to see him fight more than one time a year. You know what I mean? Can we make that happen? I think he's a good fighter, and I think the fans deserve it too. Now, I know he had an injury, but then he's scrapping in Nepal or some shit with random citizens. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that? Like, it's weird to me. Like, I thought you was injured and you out here. You know what I mean? You're out here fighting people, the citizens of Zamunda and shit. Keith Thurman will rape Errol Spence. Listen, first of all, your name's Caitlyn Jenner, so I think you might be confused in general, just in life, so I can't trust what you're saying. And anytime people talk like you usually don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know shit about boxing because everything doesn't have to be like the most extreme. He'll rape him. He's gonna murder him. He's gonna kill him. Like all that extra shit. I watch elite level fights all the time, and a lot of times it's competitive. Even if someone gets stretched, it's not what y'all say. Oh, he's gonna murder him. He's gonna get killed. All that extra stuff. I could tell automatically who knows shit about boxing just by their vernacular, just how you know what I mean. Like if you're a real reasonable fan, really reasonable, then you don't have to do all that extra. You would be like Keith Thurman beats Errol Spence. I think he's more precise or whatever your reasons are. But you know he's gonna rape him in his butthole and he's gonna kill him. Like you don't have to do all that. He's gonna die. Errol Spence will be false. He's not the truth. Like you don't have to. It's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? You would just be like, here's my pick. You know what I mean? Keith Thurman will. Like, you talking like a wrestler and shit. Keith Thurman. Like, what is that? Ultimate Warrior? Keith Thurman will come from the Ozarks in Arcadia. Like, just say Keith Thurman beats him. And then let's pick it up from here. Let's get into some of these questions. We got enough people in the building. Oh, yeah. I want to talk boxing. Yeah. Macho Man was cool. Oh, Kogan, you told me that. Yeah, veins all on his shit in his neck. Hogan, yeah, you told me, yeah. Yes. All right, first question. Let's go. Monday Mail Day. You got the juice, Ego. Call me Roland Bishop. I got the juice now, but I ain't falling off the roof. You did. All right, what's the first question? Monday Mail Day. Ha ha ha. Crawford versus Thurman. Bow. Great fight. I'm rocking with Crawford. I think Crawford's most difficult fight. Thurman can be a difficult fight for sure, but I think his most difficult fight is Errol Spence. I think, in my opinion, Errol Spence is the man to beat, even including Pacquiao. Pacquiao's a veteran. He might be able to, but Pacquiao didn't look great versus Jeff Horn. So, to me, he's a legend, Hall of Famer. He will be a Hall of Famer, but Errol Spence is the man to beat, to me. Even though Keith Thurman has 2 belts, I have my reasons. I think Errol Spence, if he were to fight Keith Thurman, I would lean towards Errol Spence in a good fight, right? Who's the one motherfucker that dislike? You know, let the haters hate. We just get money, talk boxing. People can hate. And they're probably mad because of some shit they said a year ago didn't pan out to be true. Like that Chocolatito being #1. I tell y'all, man. Look at what people say then and look at what they say now. And if you haven't, let's say you haven't been following me for a year, go look at my old shit. Go look at their old shit. Do your research as boxing fans. Don't just accept what people say here and now, because what people say here and now, they weren't saying back then. Me, I've been consistent. And I tell you all the time, for me, the way to break my consistency or thought process is to be proven wrong. That's just straight up. Next question. Oh, we didn't even do the Boxing Ego roll call. I'm slipping. Let me drink some more coffee. If you're new to the channel, you're new to the stream, when we do live stream before and after, what I like to do is the Boxing Ego roll call, right? And you just rep where you're from. City, state, zip code, all that. Let me know where you guys are from right now. Boxing Ego roll call. Drop it in the comment section where you're from. El Paso, Texas, Seattle. Come on, Ego. I need some Pasadena. Where y'all at? New Jersey. Yay area. New York, Oakland, Chicago, Little Rock, Dallas, Eckhart, Houston, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Memphis, New Jersey, Las Vegas, Chirac, El Paso, Dallas, Oakland, Memphis, New Jersey, Houston, Washington Heights, New Mexico, Queens, Vegas, Baton Rouge, Dallas, London, Florida, Houston, San Antonio, UK, AZ, Philippines. Shout out to the Philippines. Dallas, Sacramento, St. Louis, Houston, New York, Oregon, UK, Philly, UK, London, Philly, Australia, Buffalo, Sonora, Columbia, Boston, Virginia, West LA. Goddamn, where? Y'all going fat. Las Vegas, Australia, SoCal, Long Island, 619, Guadalajara, SoCal, Georgia, Houston, New York, Fiji, Guadalajara, Hidalgo, Mexico. All right, that's good for the bro call. Eckhart, Indiana. Chat is rolling. We rolling. We working. Houston, Palmdale, Wilmington. Somebody's from Mexico, San Antonio, and another Guadalajara, Sonora. Roll call is done. We'll do another one at the end. Hit that like button. We almost at 100 likes. We got 100 people, over 100 people in the live stream. This is a random Monday mail day. Let's get to some questions. Shout out to all the people. You can keep repping where you're from. I'm going to start answering questions, and let's get it. Who has a question? Who has a better jab, Triple G or Charlo? I don't know. I'd have to see them fight. You know what I mean? That's very hard because they both have great jabs. You know what I mean? Charlo, I think, is a little bit taller. Jamal's a little bit taller than Triple G. But I've seen Charlo drop. Both Charlos have a good jab, but I think most people believe Jamal is the better of the two. And he knocked Julian J. Rock Williams down, who just was in Golovkin sparring camp for the Canelo fight. Very good fighter still. He knocked him down with the jab. So I don't know. I think Charlo might have a more athletic jab, like just his style wise, and Golovkin might have a more educated jab. He's very consistent. So maybe a slight edge to Golovkin because he's very smart and he knows who and when to use it. He knew Daniel Jacobs was taller than him. See, Golovkin is smarter than. Okay, Golovkin doesn't have a great defense to me, but he's smarter than a lot of people give him credit for offensively because he knew that he was in there with David Lemieux, jab his fucking brains out because David Lemieux had nothing for that. And that was like one of David Lemieux's worst performances. Curtis Stevens and him was pretty back and forth until he knocked Stevens out. Other fights, even the Rubio fight where he got knocked out, but the Triple G Lemieux was a blowout. That's a credit to Golovkin's jab. He set it up, he tenderized him, broke him down, discouraged him, and he was a taller fighter in there. But when he fought Daniel Jacobs, he still knew he was in there with a taller power puncher, so he used the jab. And that's the thing. Jacobs is my dude, but that's the thing. He could not get away from Golovkin's jab. So credit to Golovkin's jab. And you shouldn't be the shorter. Anybody can jab, no matter what your height is. But some people, like if you're Berto, it's going to be harder to jab somebody who's tall for the division. You know what I mean? But you can still do it. You know what I mean? And there's no reason Jacobs should have allowed the shorter man to out-jab him. Tall fighters need to. Jacobs did a lot right, but I think that's something he could have corrected. He should have been jabbing with him. Next question. Thoughts of boxing fans streaming Triple G versus Canelo. Now, I mean, I can't tell nobody how to spend their money, but me, as a real-life boxing fan, I recommend people support these big events. We, as boxing fans, as a public, we demand for the best fights. So when we get the best fights, you can't shell out $70, $100 for one time. You know what I mean? Like last year, I get that. That was a little bit egregious. There's a lot of pay-per-views. Crawford Postal should have been on pay-per-view. Canelo Khan should have been on pay-per-view. Canelo Smith, Ward Kovalev, Pacquiao Var. You know what I mean? There was too many pay-per-views. So in a situation like that, maybe you have to pick and choose. Hey, I really want to see Ward Kovalev, but they haven't been bombarding us as much this year. Showtime has one pay-per-view. That was Mayweather McGregor. You know what I'm saying? So either you got it or you didn't. HBO has had a couple of more, but they haven't been killing it, like oversaturating it like they did last year as bad. You know what I mean? So to me, if you got the money, just spend for it because again, this is what we asked for. We wanted Canelo Golovkin. So to me, a lot of people do this like Bloods versus Cribs, East versus West Coast type beef when it comes to boxing. I go to HBO events, I go to Showtime events, Golden Boy events, Top Rank events, PBC events, Showtime. I don't care about none of ESPN. I was at an ESPN Crawford and Dongo. I was at Showtime, Mikey Garcia, Broner. I'm going to an HBO page. I don't care about none of that. I have my opinions on what different commentary crews do and shit like that, but I don't care who's hosting it. Good boxing is good boxing. That's why I'm going to Vegas. Great fight. Support it if you can. Straight up. You know what I mean? We request these fights and we're getting it. I mean, why not? Why not pay for it if you have it? You know what I mean? Maybe you eat out a few less times that particular month. You know what I mean? I'm not saying if you're super broke then kill yourself to watch boxing. Is, you know what I mean? But if you got it, you got it. Spend your money a little bit more wisely, or you know what I mean? Like I said, don't eat out as much for that particular month. Whatever you can do. Did I see Broner in the street fight? Yeah, it wasn't really a fight. He just decked the dude and the dude dropped. But I seen it. I mean, I don't really have nothing to say about it. Well, Broner's Broner. He does whatever he wants and thinks about it later, I guess. I don't know. I mean, like, for me, there's too much good shit in boxing. Broner, oh, he deleted them now, but he posted a bunch of, like, I don't know. I don't understand. I don't fully understand Broner's motives behind stuff. Like, 1 minute he'll be in the club. Like, look, verified page. Be in the club with Swiss Beats and Akon, and Broner will do this. He'll be taking pictures with Floyd and Chris Brown and all the stars, and look like he's enjoying his life. And then the next minute he's posting a bunch of text pictures, and it's just like, nobody loves me, and I don't know what to do, and I'm only human. I make mistakes. So I don't know. I don't know where his head's at. I don't understand. For me, to me, I just don't understand that, because it looks, like I said, it looks like he's enjoying life at the parties, kicking it with Robert Easter, with Swiss Beats or whoever, and then all of a sudden he's posting crazy shit, or he shoved a girl and punched the dude. I don't know. So I'm not really here to figure that out. To me, there's too much good shit happening in boxing. You have new people becoming champions or proving they're champions, like Rung Vasai. You have new champions like Jared Swift Hurd, who's defending his title against a veteran like Austin Trout on a stacked 154-pound card. So, I mean, me personally, I rather focus on the good shit in boxing. Like, not even just good shit. I don't care. I'll talk about bad shit. I'll talk about good shit. But the whole Broner stuff, I've covered it. And it gets exhausting to me. You know what I mean? Oh, Broner's in jail. Oh, his car got shot up. Oh, Broner's in jail. Oh, he's posting a gun. People think he's suicidal. Oh, he just punched a motherfucker in the street. You know what I mean? It gets exhausting. So I got to prioritize. And there's just a lot of great stuff. Canelo Triple G fight week. I mean, I don't know the details. Like, Broner punched a motherfucker in the street. Like, I don't know why. I don't know who he was. I don't know if he knew the dude. I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know anything. So I'd rather focus on what I do know, which is just boxing, breaking down fights, my opinion. Those are things I can control. I can't really control what Broner does. More questions. Question: will Kenny Bayless's presence be felt in the fight? Nah, I don't think so. You know, truth be told, a lot of fans care too much about the ref. And like Floyd always says, they can't fight for you. The fans in the T-Mobile Arena can't fight for you. The ref can't fight, all that shit. Who cares? I don't give a shit who the ref could be Vern Troyer. You know what I'm saying? As long as he's making the right calls and breaking them up when needed. A lot of y'all focus too much on the referee. And realistically, in my opinion, I think Kenny Bayless is a good ref. I think Tony Weeks is a good ref. All them dudes, Joe Cortez, all them dudes are seasoned referees. That's why Steve Willis, that's why we know them. There's only a couple refs that I feel mess shit, like Lawrence Cole in Texas. He be doing some bullshit. Watch Omar Figueroa versus Ricky Burns. Just bad officiating. Vic Draculets be fucking up a little bit to me too, but definitely Lawrence Cole. I forgot the dude in England. He be fucking up. I think he's the one, whatever the dude's name is from Carl Froch versus George Groves. I forgot his name off the top of my head. Like Howard or something. I forgot his name, but he be messing up. But other than that, all them other dudes, Jack Reese and all them dudes be cool to me. So I think fans put a little too much emphasis. Plus, Canelo and Golovkin to me don't really even have a style where a ref involvement would really interrupt anything. You know, that to me, I don't see that. Like, you know what I mean? Canelo has slow feet, so it's not like he's going to be like, I mean, unless he does something totally different that we've never seen, I mean, it should be a good fight. So I don't really think they have have the style where a ref's presence is gonna interrupt anything or whatever. That's just my opinion. Broner, McGregor, I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. If it happens, good, and I'll do some more detailed stuff about it. But Broner just came off a loss. Conor, his boss, Dana White, says he doesn't want Conor boxing anymore. Conor's on a yacht, and he still has a little bit of a black eye. So, to me, I don't know. I don't really see that happening. But if it does, then I'll talk about it more in detail. Who has better ring IQ? Out of what fight? What fight are you talking about? Inouye versus Estrada. Great fight. Me personally, I want to see Inouye versus Rungvisai more than I want to see that. But I like El Gallo Estrada, but to me, he was pissing me off a little bit. And I think the WBC, they ruled for Estrada Rungvisai, so I don't think Inouye is going to be in that mix yet. But, I mean, if they were to fight, I would probably slightly favor Inouye. Height, good boxing, good jab, crazy left hook to the body. And Estrada, he can bang and stuff like that. But ring IQ, sometimes he was just, there's something, a tab, even though he won, there's something, you know what, the fight with Carlos Cuadras started off very good in that fight, Carlos Cuadras. And Estrada was like consistent, very slower pace, and then he started working himself into the fight. He got that knockdown and stuff like that. But if Estrada lost that fight, to me, it would have been his fault because it was a very close fight. And I think it would have been Estrada's fault because there were several moments where he could have put an exclamation point on the round, and he let a veteran and crafty guy who switches stances and uses movement and all that like Cuadras, and he let him like kind of steal some shine from it. After the knockdown, he let Cuadras come back and have a successful round. So Estrada has to close those gaps in his fight game. And like I said, he had a workman-like, consistent performance, but honestly, there was a tight fight. And if he would have lost it, I honestly would have understood because I thought Carlos Cuadras was winning a lot of those early rounds. I don't care who won. I even said, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I said it could have been a draw. But Estrada came close to letting that get away from him just with little spots where he could have just, you know what, this is the thing, like, I never really think about it when I'm watching people, but Floyd Mayweather, Pacquiao, Canelo, they know little veteran tricks to steal the round. Like Pacquiao versus Tim Bradley in the first fight. Pacquiao wasn't working full 3-minute rounds, but what he was doing and what he was successful at is he knows he has an exciting style and he was flurrying at the end of the rounds. So that's the last thing some judges remember is what happens, and he landed some big shots. So even though Tim Bradley was outworking him and maybe throwing more punches and more of a dedicated approach, Pacquiao, and then he's like going to win some rounds, and he's landing bigger shots, more hurtful shots than Bradley. Cotto does it all the time too. He does little stuff to rally. That's why some people were saying, I didn't see it, but they were saying versus Canelo, they're saying the Cotto fight was a Cotto won and all that. Little veteran tricks to skew your opinion. And Estrada, to me, he has to learn that. And maybe it just comes with experience, but he has to learn that because there were some rounds where he was doing very good, and when he hurt Cuadras, he should have kind of jumped on him, but just been intelligent, right? Should have been intelligent about it, but don't let him off the hook. You might have been able to force a stoppage. Carlos Cuadras is experienced. He's been in there with Rungvisai, Chocolatito. He's been in there with, I forgot who he fought last time on the Triple G Jacobs card. But all in all, he's crafty. So he could have just took over all the way, just took the wheel. And I didn't see Estrada do that all the way, but he came close. And there's just little spots. It's hard to, I wish I could show you guys so you guys can see it with me and watch it with me, but little, just small holes. It's not like major things, but just little things that he can tighten up. Charlo Jacobs, who wins? Don't know. I mean, it's hard to, like, Canelo versus Chavez Jr. reminds me of Charlo versus Highland in the sense of, even though it was a step up and you fought a guy above middleweight or whatever, it's hard to gauge off of those fights because Chavez Jr. did jack shit. So how can I say Canelo is unstoppable when Chavez didn't do anything. And then same thing with Charlo fight. Now, I'm not taking away from him. It was his first fight. He fought the #1 ranked WBC guy. So he was supposed to fight them. But you see him, he had a gimp leg, which is not Charlo's fault at all, right? He was a lot smaller than Charlo. And then Charlo got him out of there. So, you know what I mean? It's hard to gauge off of that performance. But I think I think he's a beast. So I want to just see a little bit more. Like, if I see him fight a Jacobs or a David Lemieux or something like that, then I'll be able to gauge better what he's capable of. William Monroe Saunders winner. But to me, those last performances for Canelo and Charlo, Jamal, it's a little bit hard to gauge because the opponent and just what unfolded. What's the next question? Lomachenko or Rigondeaux, I'm not sure. If it were to happen at a lower weight, I would say definitely Rigondeaux. At 130 makes it very interesting. So I haven't really picked because Lomachenko's pretty big, even for 130. Mariaga came from 26, and Loma looked significantly bigger. And I think Mariaga is probably bigger than Rigondeaux, but Rigondeaux's a sharpshooter, and he's very confident sounding. So could be a good fight, could be a war, but first they got to sign the contract. You know what I mean? Rigondeaux said he signed or whatever. So I'm looking forward to it. But Rigondeaux, I think his power should carry up, especially based on his technique. Adonis Stevenson versus Badu Jack. Good fight. Very good fight. Badu Jack's pushing for the fight. But we just got to see Adonis step up. I want to see Adonis step up and fight one of these guys, to be honest. Step up like Channing Tatum. Ego, you think Thurman is losing his drive for boxing? I can't really say because it's hard for me to speculate. I don't want to just infer that based off of what I've seen. You know what I mean? He is technically injured and stuff like that, so I can't just put that on that man because, I mean, I think that's unfair for me to just speculate and say, yeah, he lost his drive because realistically speaking, he got up for his last two fights. He fought Porter and he fought Danny Garcia. And he's hurt now, so I can't just be like, oh, he don't care anymore. Because if he didn't care, then why'd he fight two top-level guys, a once-beaten guy, Sean Porter, who's a dog, who just stopped Berto, and then a guy like Danny Garcia, who was undefeated. So I can't say that, but his next move and what he decides to do, that's going to prove it. So at this moment, I can't say he's lost his drive or he's not hungry because Ego Hat's coming soon, man. Man, I need to slow down. Like I need to just take a break, but I don't take breaks, no days off. I'm Kevin Gates. And they really need to get an assistant or somebody that can help with other things. People like 7 reasons, what's up with the hats, what's up with Monday Mail Day, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot, but we maintain. And thank you for the support, thank you for the fans. Ego, would Canelo counter Triple G's jabs? Yeah, I mean you can listen. There's nothing in boxing that's just like invincible to me. If you have speed, you can time speed. There's certain things you can do. If somebody has power, you can make them chase you and give yourself time to think and lateral movement to wear them down. You can rip them to the body, and that'll deplete their power. You know what I mean? You can stay safe early and then let them get off a little bit of shots or waste shots or miss shots or whatever with the slick defense and then open up in the second half when their power as they fatigue. You know what I mean? So there's nothing anyone can do that's invincible. Some people who had great jabs that got knocked out or got countered and stuff. So yeah, Canelo can. You just have to fight smart. Hey, Egos, Alexander Usyk a monster? Yeah, I don't think cruiserweight's a really stacked division, but I like this World Boxing Super Series or whatever. And he knocked out Marco Huck. Again, for me, that's solid for him because he's kind of just new on the scene. It's a title defense, and he entered the tournament, so that shows you confidence. But we got to see how the tournament pans out. He looks good, but he fought. What's the dude? The Michael dude he just fought. He didn't look great in that fight to me. Even though he got a stoppage late, he picked it up, but he didn't look great. And his opponent was on a long layoff against Huck. Huck has like 5 losses now, and Huck didn't look good versus the Bradis or whatever his name. So I'm just anxious to see the World Boxing Series tournament and see how it all unfolds. But yeah, he's definitely one of the top people. He's a champion. He's one of the top people at cruiserweight. Um, we just got to see. You got Andrew Tabiti. You got Anthony Yard. Is Anthony Yard? I always forget because he's so big. Is Anthony Yard at light heavy or is he at cruiserweight? I always forget because he looks real big. He did stop the bounty hunter. What are you talking about? I love when y'all challenge me. So someone said, oh no. How do you spell Alexander? Alexander Usyk, all right. Michael Hunter. Oh yeah, he didn't stop the bounty hunter. That's right. He was getting fucked up in that 12th round. So I stand corrected. He made it the distance. Somebody got me, Michael Hunter. He got me. See, I was wrong. But to my credit, I think Michael Hunter. I think the fight should have got stopped. I felt because I was watching it and the referee was tripping. I felt like the dude from what's it called? Rocky Four. Throw the damn towel. Remember he had the beads of sweat. It definitely should have been stopped. But whoever put that was accurate. Shout out to y'all. Can Crawford take over 147? He has the skills to. I mean, it's not going to be easy. 147 is clearly more stacked than 140, but Crawford handled business at 140. And he has the thing I like about Crawford is like, he's like almost the opposite of Broner in most facets to me as a fighter. Um, Broner, like just most things, he's a little bit different than Broner. Like Terrence Crawford has more of a wiry, lanky frame. Broner has more of a stout, like stocky, muscular frame. So they're different in that regard. They're different in terms of mentality. I think Crawford is overall just mentally super strong. Like I don't see Crawford like you go in here and you don't see Crawford on his page putting like nobody loves me, I hate everybody. You know what I mean? Punching people in the crowd. So I think Crawford has the mentality to be a champion for a long time. Look, he's already training. You don't even have a fight preparing for his move up. Good late night workout. So, you know what I mean? Crawford's Crawford. But I like his mentality. You know what I mean? He's just well put together in terms of his attitude towards the sport. You know what I mean? He just comes, does his work, and collects the belts. He wants to be great. Look at all them belts, man. He look like he in Monday Night Raw. He got the Shawn Michaels Intercontinental heel kick belt. He got all the belts. No, Khan didn't retire. He's back in the gym. He's filing for a divorce though, so he just been off. He doesn't have a fight, to my knowledge. Crawford versus Spence to me is the #1 mega fight, and I think it's Crawford's toughest fight up there because of the styles. But the good thing for Crawford is he's a switch hitter, and he's arguably a better as a southpaw. And Errol Spence is a southpaw. So some of the, like Kell Brook is an orthodox fighter. I don't know how well he probably can't. Kell Brook probably can switch to southpaw a little bit because he came from the Prince Nassim gym. So I'm pretty sure they teach good fundamentals and maybe some tricks like that. But Crawford's impeccable at that. Like I said, there's not too many guys who switch to southpaw that fight better in the stance that they're not. That's not their #1 innate stance. Crawford is one of those people that, you know, I mean, you can see him get tagged by De'Aaron Jean or some shit. Then he'll switch to southpaw and it's like a game changer. It's like now De'Aaron Jean suddenly can't hit him. Same thing with Gamboa was doing very good for 6 rounds or whatever. He switched to southpaw and then Gamboa started getting spilled all over the ring. Crawford's the dog, man. But the fact that he can switch to southpaw, I think, is a good tool against the Errol Spence. But he has to be mindful of those body shots because if Crawford wants to use his legs, Errol Spence, if he can bully him and like use his size advantage and things like that, get him on the ropes, then he's gonna have to be smart. You know what I mean? But Crawford's a smart fighter. I see little nuances that he does. He knows who to fight and how to fight who. Like when he fought John Molina, he got caught with a big shot in round 1. He never got caught with that again. I was there. I was like in the second row. Very close. He fought Victor Postal, a tall Ukraine boxer. He fought him a certain way, used his legs more. Frustrated him, broke him down, knocked him down, hurt him. So I think he's smart. Who's Jesse Vargas fighting next? What y'all talking about? I don't think Canelo-Golovkin winner is #1 pound for pound. Like I said, like I don't know. Like I said, I don't really do pound for pound lists like that. But if I were to do it, you have to look at everything: resume, longevity, how long. Like Ward, you can no longer say Ward is inactive. Ward. He fought Kovalev 2 times in 4 months, 5-6 months, or whatever it was. Right? We fought him in November and fought him again in the summer, July, or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So you can't say he's inactive. He's not doing the legal war and injuries and stuff. He's fighting actively. Crawford's fighting actively. Crawford just did undisputed. You know what I mean? I can't put him above those guys because like I could say they're damn good and they're skilled, but Canelo, if he beats Golovkin, he already told himself he's not fighting for the WBC belt. Crawford just fought for every single belt at 140, right? Canelo is limiting himself because he has a beef or whatever with the WBC and not fighting for certain belts. Golovkin, I don't think, has a great resume. I don't. I think he fought the people available. He dispatched of them. But the best name he fought was Daniel Jacobs, and Daniel Jacobs has been knocked out. Ward, you can look at the best person Ward fought, whoever you think it is. Let's say Carl Froch or Kovalev. He fought an undefeated Kovalev. Right? And that's just what it is. So it's like you have to look at the totality of careers, the totality of people's careers. You know what I mean? Arthur Abrams was a beast at the time. Abrams, Miguel Kessler, Edwin Rodriguez. Is Kovalev done? I don't know. We don't. Wait, that's man. You're asking some good questions. Like I said, for me, I'm not gonna just put a stamp on somebody else's career and say, "Hey, you're done. Nothing else you can accomplish." Because for me personally, I like when people doubt me, tell me you can't get credentials to fights or you can't achieve this. I like when people do that. Count me out, so I can prove that you can't count. So I can't. You know what I mean? I don't know. It really depends on Kovalev, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be difficult for Kovalev. Very difficult. Reason being is because John David Jackson said it. People know your weakness. They know your kryptonite, that body work. So no matter if I was a hellacious body puncher or not, I would be working towards that. I'd be working towards capitalizing on the body, and that would be a game plan for me. And if you're already a good body puncher with power, then I would be trying to blast his body nonstop. You know what I mean? And see, I was always taught at a young age to not burn your bridges. Meaning this. Here's a random example. So, in case you guys haven't heard, Brandon Bam Bam Rios has reunited with Robert Garcia in Oxnard. So he left Robert Garcia, was training in Van Nuys, I think, with Ricky Funes at 10 Goose Gym, right? But the difference is Brandon Rios moving back to Robert Garcia, he left on good terms with Ricky Funes. You know what I'm saying? 10 Goose. It's all love. You know what I mean? And the thing about the reason I'm bringing that up is, like I said, I was always told at a young age, don't burn your bridges. You know what I mean? You know, Ricky Funes is a name in the sport. He's a good trainer. He has a gym. So if he was just like, man, fuck Ricky, you know what I'm saying? Ricky! He's just like, fuck him. I'm going back to Robert. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? He burned his bridge. What if Robert Garcia is out of town training his brother or something, and you need a gym or access to a gym? Then you might need Ricky. So you don't burn your bridges. Now, I said that to say this. Kovalev, on the other hand, according to John David Jackson, didn't pay that man on time. He treated him like shit. He didn't let him give corner instructions in the first Ward Kovalev fight. Things like that, right? So John David Jackson is basically a disgruntled former employee. Now he's spilling the beans saying that, oh, yeah, I'm 54 and I fuck Kovalev up to the body. You don't want your bridges burned like that, man. For me, I wouldn't want that. Like, would you want, you know what I'm saying? That's just like celebrities and then their ex does a tell-all book about you and tells, oh yeah, you know, he was at this and he got so drunk he shit on himself. Like, would you want someone telling all your secrets and shit? I wouldn't. So I try to keep it cool. You know what I mean? I'm not saying kiss people's ass or if somebody wrongs you, but I don't think, me personally, from what I've seen, I don't think John David Jackson really did anything to Kovalev initially. So why not keep it cool, even if you didn't want to use him as a trainer? And I guarantee you it probably wouldn't have been like it is now. Because John David Jackson even said, if you listen to the audio of that interview where he's ripping Kovalev or whatever, he said in that interview that he said, yeah, I heard Kovalev was talking mad shit about me, basically. He's talking a lot. So fuck it. You know what I mean? Now at that point the gloves are off. Now y'all both talking about each other. Keep it cool. Other thing with Kovalev about this whole bouncing back, from what I've seen, he has a poor sportsmanship attitude, and that can haunt a fighter in life in general. If you are looking to blame other people for your mistakes and your failures or you losing or whatever, and you never foot the bill and accept the blame, you can't really, in my opinion, you can't really correctly bounce back from it because you're not taking accountability for it. You know what I mean? You did it. You did the crime. You do the time. You got stopped by Ward. John David Jackson didn't get stopped by Ward. So how you going to fire him and get mad at him and blame him? Ward came with a much better game plan in the second fight and pulled away and was doing some things differently. How you going to blame Tony Weeks because you got stopped? Because I keep telling you that, man, new media is fucking you dudes up. New media is up. Oh my gosh, new media. 2017, new media. Tell the truth. Oh my gosh, new media is murdering you dudes. But this is it, man. I don't believe the belt line shots that y'all are saying are like extreme low blows and all that. I don't think that's what Kovalev's big problem. I think he was frustrated. I think he was fatigued, and he was looking for a way out because he was hurt with the upper body shot, and he didn't know what to do. He's not used to being in that position. That's what I really think. Therefore, he didn't respond the same way. But see, the good thing with me, all that dumb shit y'all say in the comment section, I'm willing to look at boxing from your perspective. And then when I look at it and analyze it from your dumbass perspective, and then I start looking at the facts, and I'm like, nah, that still don't make sense to me. And then I determine. So it's not like I'm just like, nope, I don't care. I don't care what you got to say. Like, I'm listening to what you guys are saying. Like when people say Roman Chocolatito is number one, Gonzalez is #1 pound for pound. I heard the arguments. I heard what you were saying about it, but it didn't convince me. I don't believe what you're saying is the case. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Kovalev. I'll pretend that low blows was the only reason and Ward cheated and all this shit. But even using that as a professional fighter who has an amateur pedigree and has faced the likes of Artur Beterbiev in the amateurs and has been a pro, been a champion, title defenses, kicked people's asses in your backyard, right? As a champion, even if someone is hurting you low, you don't just sit there and put your butt on the ropes and let them like fucking pile drive you and pile up the damage and not do anything. You're asking for the because the referee's job is to protect you. So if it doesn't look like you're fighting back, then guess what? Right or wrong, it's going to get stopped. It's going to get stopped. So there's an etiquette. But the point is, the new media is murdering you, dude. The point is, Kovalev didn't even have the energy. He was so gassed and fatigued and frustrated and hurt. He didn't have the energy to think smart and to create space, create distance, and then petition to Tony Weeks. Like, hey, man, this dude keeps hitting me. You know what I mean? Like, look at Floyd, for example, when he got that body shot that was really a hip shot or a low blow versus Conor McGregor. Did you see Floyd just get on the ropes and not be using his defense? And then Conor threw some punches, and you look at the end of that sequence, go back and watch it, Floyd started throwing punches. He started throwing punches back. He was like covered up and shelled up because Conor was trying to. Then Conor took his back, but he was still trying to throw punches and stuff. You know what I mean? You don't just sit there idly and kill me. That's Kovalev's back. So no, I don't believe that whole low. I was there. I don't believe that low blow shit. Kovalev didn't. He was fatigued. He was hurt, and he's not used to being in that position. Therefore, he didn't make educated decisions. And the thing is, listen to me. If you know anything about boxing, Kovalev was curled up. He got hurt and he started curling up. So look at Mayweather when he hurt Conor McGregor in that final round. Mayweather was missing too. Mayweather has one of the best accuracies in boxing. But when you have a wounded prey, someone who's completely defenseless, and the only thing they care about is saving their tail, then they're going to be harder to hit. Especially when you're crunching down and retreating and all that, they're going to be harder to hit. So for Ward to hit him on the belt line, that's not a surprise. I don't think he was being dirty. He has a moving target. See, Kovalev is not necessarily known as a lateral mover, but he was so badly hurt, he started moving and doing anything to evade the onslaught. That's what it was. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. Like I said, there's an etiquette. There's an etiquette for what you do when you're hurt. Like, why didn't Shane, like, you know what I mean? Shane Mosley fight, he could have stopped Mayweather. You know what I mean? That fight could have got stopped. If Floyd fought stupid, then we all seen Floyd get hurt. Bow, he got hurt with the shot. But he immediately grabbed on. He knew his legs were fucked up. He grabbed onto him tight. And Shane Mosley was like fighting, fidgeting, trying to free up his hand. But Floyd being smart, he knows what to do. He knows what to do in those circumstances. But however, let's say he didn't fight smart. He didn't grab on for dear life to Shane Mosley. Then Shane Mosley would have freed his hand, threw some more punches, and Floyd could have got stopped right there. But Floyd is an educated fighter. Kovalev, but see, this goes to show, Floyd moved up 5 divisions. Floyd knows how to, he knows he's been there before, like he always says. So he knows what to do when he's hurt because he's been hurt. DeMarcus Corley hurt him. Zab Judah hurt him, right? I think Gennaro Hernandez might have even hurt him. I got to watch that fight again. But he's been there before. I heard Eric Morales and him sparred back in the day and had some good sparring. Paul Spadafora had good sparring with him. You know what I'm saying? So he's been there through training, sparring, in real fight, whatever. So he knows how to react. Kovalev, that's what happens when you get a seek and destroy good boxer, bully type. They don't know what the fuck to do when they're when the shoe's on the other foot. Just like Floyd said to Conor McGregor, you can dish it out, but you gotta be able to take it. Why do you think Floyd kept saying that at the press conference? He kept repeating that. You can dish it out, but you gotta be able to take it. I repeat, you can dish it out, but you gotta be able to. Why do you think he kept saying that dumb shit? That's not dumb shit. That's just how I talk. Why do you think he kept saying that? kept saying that because he knew Conor McGregor stylistically. A lot of them UFC guys can't fight standing up, and he could dish it out versus Eddie Alvarez. Eddie Alvarez, bing, bing, bing. He didn't know what to do. But Floyd does know what to do. And Conor doesn't know what to do when he's under duress. That's why okay, Nate Diaz is, if you don't know this, then no, I don't even want to hear a response. But Nate Diaz, way better ground game than Conor McGregor. And if you disagree, you don't know shit about UFC, right? Way better with his jiu-jitsu and his ground game. Conor gets hurt and he tries to take Nate Diaz down. What type of sense does that even make? Why would you try to take big ass 6'1" Nate Diaz down, who has a better ground game, after he clips you with a strike that hurts you and rocks you and you're visibly hurt? Why would you try to take him down? That makes no sense. That makes the same amount of sense as Anthony Rumble Johnson having all this power in his gloves and trying to take down strong ass DC, a wrestler. It doesn't make sense. Conor doesn't know what to do when he's in that situation when the shoe's on the other foot, and it's apparent. What up, though? Chocolatito's fight reminded me of Kovalev versus Ward first fight, minus the giving up under pressure. That's why Ward is pound for pound. He knows how to stay calm and win. That's elite level shit, man. That's why, listen, HBO, you gotta do something, baby. All that Chocolatito is #1 shit. They just said it 6 months ago. Just said it, because the Chocolatito Rungvisai 1 was in March, and even in March, they were like heavily like on Chocolatito's nuts, basically saying, "Oh, that was a robbery," and Rungvisai. They didn't give Rungvisai really no credit. People like me, people like Troy King, we told you. I had Chocolatito winning that fight. I was there live, but I also told you it was a very difficult fight, and it doesn't seem like Chocolatito, his power has carried up. Like, guys don't respect his power the same as they did in the lower divisions. I told you it was a close fight. See, this is the difference between me and HBO. What HBO commentary will do is they'll make it sound like Chocolatito was beating the fuck out of Rungvisai. Me, I call it like it is. I don't have a horse in the race. I'm not going to tell you Chocolatito dominated Carlos Cuadras. I'm not going to tell you Chocolatito dominated Rungvisai, even if I have Chocolatito winning those fights. You know why? Because I call it fair. HBO doesn't always do that. They'll make it sound like Carlos Cuadras was doing nothing. He's like, okay, Jim, 14 rounds, Chocolatito. Like, how you give Chocolatito 14 rounds in a 12-rounder, Harold Letterman? You know what I'm saying? But that's HBO. That's the politics. Okay, Jim, Chocolatito, 100 rounds to 1. Like, for real? You gave Carlos Cuadras 1 round, and you gave Chocolatito 100 rounds. That is really retarded. But that's what HBO does. So, a lot of people, I'm shocked. I'm not shocked he got knocked out. I'm not shocked at all. You're shocked because you believe HBO, who said he was #1 pound for pound. You're shocked because you believe what they said about all these fights where Chocolatito was like dominating dudes 10 rounds to 2 and shit like that. That's why you're shocked, because Rungvisai, the first fight wasn't a tough fight according to HBO commentary and what they were telling you. They were making it sound like, oh, Chocolatito was robbed and Rungvisai didn't really have no work for Chocolatito. You don't have to do all that. But like Floyd says, Madison Square Garden can't fight for you. HBO can't fight for you. So the truth is always going to come out. Great point. Letterman only credits the guy coming forward, which is precisely what I'm talking about. That's the dumbest thing. That's not boxing. You might as well just watch that street fight that I just showed you, where one guy had his chin out like that and the other guy just decked him. That's not boxing. Sweet science is not, oh, I just come forward. And a lot of fans be on that dumb shit where they're like, oh, Floyd does is run and tap and tap, tap, tap. Floyd moved up 5 divisions. I guarantee you, like, you go up to a guy who's 230 pounds and you weigh $150 soaking wet, and you stay in his wheelhouse and let him hit you as hard as possible. And you just sit there in pocket and Mexican style and all this shit, and you just trade with that motherfucker. And we'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a strategy. Like, some of you guys do all that horse shit. He ran. Let's see what you would do fighting a guy who's naturally bigger and stronger than you. Let's see you just stay right in front of him until somebody gets knocked out. It's like, that's not boxing. That's not even a strategy type of deal. You gotta have a strategy. Worst part about it, HBO did all this to promote Chocolatito as #1 pound for pound. He gets knocked out. Jim Lampley turns his back on him immediately. He just like, all Chocolatito's done for. He can't recover after this. Like, God damn, really? You said he was #1 pound for pound. Why can't the #1 pound for pound recover from this? It's a dirty game, man. A dirty game. You said he was #1, but now all of a sudden he can't bounce back from this. Like, damn, you ain't giving him no type of credit or like chance. I had a great conversation with Money Pal IV, his dad, Money Pal III. Shout out to him. We were just talking on Twitter, but we were talking about the Chocolatito fight, and he brought up a lot of great points. And I feel like we were having just regular boxing talk. Check out Money Pal IV, a very good fighter. I interviewed him. Roy Jones Jr., like me, is his favorite fighter, and he's great talent himself. But anyway, Money Pal, his dad, was telling me, we were just breaking down the fight, and he said himself, and I think I don't know who's training him, but I think he trained. You know what I mean? Money Pal might be training with, I've seen him with Roy Jones and stuff, so he might have bigger trainers now, but I think his dad, that's how it happens a lot of times, father and son, and his dad gets him to wherever he gets him, and then whatever else happens. But what he said is, he said he knew it was going to be a problem for Chocolatito at 115. And I said, I agree wholeheartedly. I'm in the same boat. That's exactly how I feel. I told you this. You getting your face lumped up by Carlos Cuadras, who's a champion. He's a good fighter, but that was like the beginning of the end. I could see this shit a mile away. I don't know what you guys really be watching. Listen, y'all always be like, just listen to how new media is murdering you dudes, right? Murdering you dudes. So I'm at the fights, and I was at both of these fights. Andre Ward has a very tough fight with Kovalev, that first fight. I was there, right? He had a tough fight. He wore glasses after. That's all I'm hearing. Oh, Ward got his ass kicked. Look at him wearing glasses. Another fight I was at, Triple G, Golovkin versus Danny Jacobs. Jacobs, like me, had glasses on. Oh, Jacobs know he lost. That's why he put on glasses. Golovkin didn't have glasses, right? And I tell you this, from being both, I talked to Ward after both fights. I talked to Jacobs after his fight with Golovkin, and I guarantee you this, that neither one of them looked like that at the end of the fight. Neither one of them. And that's what Chocolatito looked like after fighting this guy in their fight. And he never gave him a rematch. Neither one of them looked like that. That's like Berto Guerrero level swelling, right? None of them looked like that. And this was the pound for pound #1. So it's funny how the casuals, that's all they were talking about, is how Jacobs had to wear sunglasses. Chocolatito should have wore sunglasses because his face was not, I mean, look. I promise you, Ward did not look like that. Jacobs did not look like that. That's after Cuadras. That's after the Cuadras fight, and he was looking like that. After Rungvisai, his face, he was bleeding profusely through headbutts. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy to me. It's real life crazy. But that's how people want to gauge fights. Let's gauge fights like that then. Oh, what their face looks like. New media. See, I'm on my job right now. This is Ward after the first Kovalev fight. New media. I don't just tell y'all. You guys can go back to the tape. Virgil will be wearing this shirt. Jay Prince will be wearing this. This is after the first Ward Kovalev fight, right? And this was Ward's face. Yeah, he had some marking, but he took it off too. He took his glasses off, and he didn't look like Chocolatito, like where he looked mutilated. Like, hey, you guys, what's the dude from the Goonies? So it's not just about your face marking, but some people had Cuadras beating Chocolatito. But that's all y'all wanted to judge. So, like, now we're judging faces. This was Ward's fight after the first Kovalev fight. Hey, you guys. Chocolatito had that one-eye Willie. That's what they HBO said was pound for pound number one. Now they want to come up with excuses and say, oh, the guys are just too big. He moved up 3 pounds. Broner moved up 4 weight divisions too, more weight, and guess what? He didn't look like that. You know who else? Mikey Garcia. We could do this all day. Mikey Garcia, he just fought Dejan's Latishanen. I was at the fight at 135, knocked him out brutally. Then he moves up 5 pounds to fight Broner, and I talked to Mikey Garcia immediately after, and he did not look like that after facing Broner, who has fought as high as 147, and who knows what he rehydrates to because he's a pretty big guy. You know what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia did not look like Roman Chocolatito did. You know what I mean? Where's Mikey Garcia's pound for pound number one stature? Why didn't HBO put him number one? And truth be told, Mikey Garcia beat and knocked out a lot of people that Lomachenko did before Lomachenko. You get me? Mikey Garcia beat guys before Lomachenko, and Lomachenko got credit for beating him. So why is Mikey Garcia not number one pound for pound on HBO's list? But Lomachenko is. But a lot of guys that they fought, Mikey beat. You gotta do something, baby. But once again, new media, I don't just say it. I'm gonna show y'all. This is immediately after the Broner fight. Look at the kid, Mikey. Look at my video. Listen to me talking to him. Look at Mikey's face. That's what happens when you have technique and skill. And like Mikey moved, like I said, it's not just about moving up weight. He moved up weight too, and this shit didn't look like that. And Broner got a good punch. He sat Sean Porter down. Right? Where's the lie? Look, Mikey looked like he about to go to the taqueria after here and just grub and chill with his familia. He don't look like shit happened to him. He about to get it. Man, does Mikey go? Look. Yeah, of course you're gonna have some marking and stuff. He ready to go. He ready for Taco Tuesday and just chill out. You know what I mean? A Jarritos. He's not even tripping. And this is after the Broner fight. My video. So where's Mikey Garcia's pound for pound status? You know what I mean? But that's what HBO said. They said Chocolatito was pound for pound. Mikey Garcia moved up 5 pounds and didn't look like that. Like I said, I was there. Didn't look like that. Chocolatito moved up 3 pounds, fought Carlos Cuadras, a champion, WBC champion, took his belt, and this is how he was looking. Since y'all care about face tests so much, what y'all think? Ward looked like that after Kovalev? Mikey looked like that after moving up 5 pounds? Okay, then. But it's cool. New media. We just on top of shit. And like I said, it's not just about saying it. I'm showing you guys. I'm showing you guys what I'm talking about. I could easily just say, oh, I talked to Mikey Garcia after. I just showed you. I showed you that I talked to him. I showed you what he was looking like. So you guys could really be the critics and the judge. Right? Mikey looked like he ain't even tripping. He about to go to Oxnard. He was at the fights the next day. They had some a fight card the next day, and he wasn't wearing sunglasses or nothing. He was just there chilling. But you guys believe whatever you want about pound for pound, this whole pound for pound stuff. Roman wasn't a bad fighter. Nobody's saying that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people get emotional. No one's saying Roman sucks or he's a horrible fighter. He's not a horrible fighter. He's a good fighter. But when HBO, I told you guys all the time, this I've been very consistent. HBO put him up here, say he was number one pound for pound, and y'all ran with that. So now he gets held to a pound for pound standard. You know what I mean? And I told you, HBO, ESPN, all these dudes writing these crazy articles and doing these crazy segments and saying all that, you look crazy in the end. And then you come up with excuses. Oh, it was low blows, or I even though I said Conor was gonna knock Floyd out, I gotta switch it to something else. That's because he was an MMA fighter. Why'd you? Okay, you knew Conor was an MMA fighter going in. Why'd you pick him to knock out Floyd? And why were you saying that he had incredible power that Floyd wouldn't be used to, and Floyd hates southpaws and shit? It's always something different. We gotta restore the game, get it back to where it should be. If you take an L, you just take an L and keep it pushing. Stop with these excuses. And again, if a guy's really pound for listen, I'm gonna ask a question to y'all. Even though it's Monday Mail Day, I'm gonna question y'all. Y'all ready? Name somebody who was a known pound for pound entity. From Roy Jones, Floyd, Pacquiao, right? Anybody like that we know, Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, anybody that we know has been in recent memory has been pound for pound rated, right? And tell me when they moved up and they just got destroyed in a one-sided fight and lost every round and it wasn't competitive and then got knocked out. Name one person. Maidana, what? What fight are you talking about with De La Hoya? When was he rated pound for pound where he got destroyed inside of 4 or 5 rounds? What are you talking about? See, y'all just throw names out there. Like Tom Cruise. What? Who did Donaire get stopped for when he was pound for pound? He didn't get when he was pound for pound. He lost the distance to Rigondeaux. He went 12 rounds. So what are you talking about? See, now we got our next victim on the hot seat. PLVP897. No. I said the wrong person. I'm sorry. I called out the wrong person. We're gonna put you in the hot seat now. Rude Boy Shot Taz 510. You just put Donaire. So explain how Donaire, when he was ranked high, I don't know if anyone had him number one pound for pound because Floyd was fighting, but people did have him in the pound for pound list. So we'll use that. Cool. When did he get knocked out in 6 rounds? When he's only been knocked out one time, and that was after Rigondeaux beat him. I'll wait. Since you threw out Donaire, when did he get knocked out when he was on the pound for pound list? When he went the distance with Rigondeaux. Oh, silence. Imagine that. Y'all gotta, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not just about this is new media, man. It's about we holding all of us to some standards. Like I just admitted earlier, I don't have a problem when I'm wrong. I said Usyk stopped Michael Bounty Hunter, and I was like, no, he got stopped, and someone was like, no, he didn't, and I just pulled it up. And I'm like, oh shit, I was wrong. I forgot. He didn't get stopped, but it should have been stopped. Cool. Again, like I said, name a time where somebody was rated pound for pound top 3 and they got destroyed in a one-sided fight and lost every round. You guys tell me that. You can't say War Kovalev because it wasn't one-sided like that. He didn't get destroyed because he won the second half of the fight, a lot of the rounds. So you guys name the person. Last was Floyd Marquez. Yeah, that's actually a good one. But that was Floyd. You know what I mean? Floyd's Floyd. Marquez was considered the best lightweight. He moved up and he got bodied by Floyd. That's actually a good one. But that, how many years ago was that? And actually, that's a good one, but it doesn't even actually it's not a good one because the question was someone that got destroyed. He got destroyed, but he went the distance. He got knocked down. So that doesn't even thoroughly answer the question. That doesn't even because I said somebody who got stopped and lost a one-sided fight. Marquez lost a one-sided fight via 12-round decision and got knocked down, and he was moving up. You know what I mean? And he moved up 2 weight classes, I believe, not 3 pounds like Roman Chocolatito. So that doesn't even Floyd Marquez doesn't fully qualify because Marquez made it out the he lost a one-sided fight. Sergio Martinez versus Paul Williams, kind of. I guess you could say that, but I wouldn't say that because that was a rematch. Well, I guess the Runga side was the rematch too, but they had a war and Sergio caught him. So that one's solid because Paul Williams did get destroyed by that Martinez punch. Sugar Ray Leonard versus Duran. What round did Duran get stopped? Since y'all just throwing out names. What round did Hands of Stone stop Duran? I mean, Leonard. Hmm. See, y'all just be saying shit. Sugar Ray Leonard. And this was back in the day. They went 15 rounds. 15 rounds. Leonard didn't get stopped. Y'all just throwing names out. Sugar Ray Leonard got his ass beat, but he was in there for 15 rounds with that man. Point blank period. Jones versus Tarver, that's solid. But like again, that was a rematch, so similar to Rungvisai. I honestly, I mean, I'm not making excuses because that's a good one. But to me, Roy Jones, he fucked up going to heavyweight and coming back down. He should have tapered down, if anything. It's hard to do that. But he fought John Ruiz and tried to come back down like it wasn't nothing. What else? What other questions you guys have? I'm just illustrating some points here. Y'all want me to get off and handle the 7 reasons video? Some people are saying Canelo's too strong. I mean, Triple G's too strong for Canelo. My take on Mikey Garcia versus Cotto. It wasn't really a fight I was thinking about. It sounds kind of weird, but shit, if Mikey wants that work, I mean, he's a good tactical fighter. Cotto's not the biggest 54-pounder, but I don't see Mikey just moving up to 54 and dominating him like Broner when it, you know what I mean? Or Broner only won like 1 or 2 rounds or so. Cotto's a beast. He has enough left in the tank where I think that's a good fight. So it's a competitive fight, but I mean, hey, Mikey Garcia, props to him for challenging himself, wanting to test himself. Damn, I think this is the first live stream where I don't have any super chats, but shout out to y'all. We'll do another one very soon. Ego hat's coming soon. We working. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off here and then try to work on 7 reasons maybe. Triple G ducking Ward. That's old news. I mean, he's fighting Canelo. It's a fight we've been looking forward to. So let's get it. Yeah, it's probably because I'm on the graveyard shift. People sleep. All right, I'm about to get off here because it is a late shift. Oh shit! Now we got 2 super chats. That's funny. Touche one $2 super chat. Thank you. Bahas $5 super chat. He says thank you, Ego. Appreciate that. Money dances. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here because I gotta finish packing a few things, and then maybe work on 7 Reasons. I got a lot of stuff to do. What time is it? Damn, it's late. Um, I was supposed to be in Vegas today, but it just wasn't working. So let's do the Boxing Ego roll call. Um, I'll probably try to live stream. You know, actually, Fight Week is kind of lame to me this week in terms of the events. Like, they're not even doing a press conference. And there's no Golovkin Canelo workout. It's really just the grand arrivals and then undercard stuff until the weigh-in. And then I don't think there's anything really going on Thursday. So I was kind of surprised. I thought there would be a press conference, but it's really not. It's just grand arrivals, and that's just where anybody can go to that. And they're just like, hey, I'm here. Shout out to Sports Guy, $2 super chat. Do you think Top Rank is avoiding Mikey Garcia with Lomachenko? Yeah, I think they're trying to move Lomachenko how they want to move him. I see them making the Rigondeaux fight maybe, but the Mikey Garcia fight, they're kind of bad mouthing Mikey Garcia, saying he doesn't have star power, but they know that's a dangerous fight because Mikey Garcia is technical, but he will have a size advantage over Lomachenko, and that's something Lomachenko hasn't had to deal with in a little time. Even against Rigondeaux, he's going to have a massive size advantage. Rigondeaux's going to have to rely on precision, accuracy, speed, intelligence, and stuff like that. But Mikey Garcia is a different animal because Mikey has a lot of technical abilities, plus he'll have a size advantage. Mikey's fought at 35, 40 weights that Lomachenko hasn't fought at under the bright lights. But I'm going to get out of here. I got to finish some stuff. Maybe try to get to the 7 Reasons. Just stay tuned to the channel. If you're new to the channel, I like to do the roll call. When I say Boxing Ego roll call, y'all just let me know real quick. We're not going to do a detailed one because I just looked at the time. I didn't realize it was this late. So Boxing Ego roll call. Let me know where you guys are from, and I'll be back on here probably tomorrow. 7 Reasons. 210, we out South Central. Santa Ana, New York, Compton, New York, Chi-Town, Puerto Rico, New York, Montreal, San Diego, Sacramento, Los Angeles, Long Beach, LBC, Chicago, Linwood, New York, Brownsville, Texas, Gardenia, Vegas, Miami, South Central, Minnesota, Finland, Baton Rouge, Southgate, Lake Charles, Texas, Belfast, shout out to Ireland, Hackney, UK, Louisiana, New York. Thank you guys for tuning in to the late shift. I was trying to do this earlier, but I'm going to finish packing so I can make my flights and everything, and I'll be in Vegas. So I'll let you know what's going on Fight Week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Impromptu Monday Mail Day, the Graveyard Shift. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, Ego signing off.